This is a battle that has worked in the comics, but it will never happen on the big screen. Ghost Rider is immensely powerful and has been massively underused cinematically. He can easily hold his own against the likes of Thor, and he also has the ability to take down Thanos himself. So, in a touch battle like this, let's just analyze the power of these two individuals and find out whether Thanos would come out on top or the Rider will take him down. The Mad Titan. Thanos is an Eternal with the Deviant gene, making him unique and extremely powerful, even amongst his own kind. Above all else, Thanos loves and worships Mr. Death, the embodying entity of death in the Marvel Universe. How powerful he is? Well, I'm going to make a division and see if he is powerful enough. Superhuman Strength. Being an Eternal, Thanos has superhuman strength, endurance, reflexes, and agility. He is nearly invulnerable, able to endure extreme heat, cold, energies, radiation, and poisons. Due to his genetic heritage, Thanos is immune to aging or disease. His mind is invulnerable to most forms of psychic attack. He can read the minds of an individual and use it against them. He has even mind-controlled Hulk to whom usually psychic attack do not work because of extreme anger. Energy manipulation. As his mutation allowed Thanos to absorb the cosmic energy, he through his mystical techniques augmented his power and is able to control the cosmic energy in the way he needs it to, like emitting cosmic energy blasts from his hands, eyes, body, and so on. He can also use this energy to create a force field as his shield. Endurance. His godlike psychology, along with his mutation and techniques, experiments, and dark magic he concocted over the years, allow him to be highly durable in a fight. He has easily brushed off the attacks from powerful beings in the universe. He even survived a full blast from Black Bolt. Intellect. Thanos was born with superhuman intelligence and has spent much of his life acquiring knowledge. While in the service of Mr. Death, he spent a great deal of time gazing into the Infinity Well and learning secrets of the galaxy. Immortal. In the storyline The Final Threat, Thanos is turned into stone and is dead for good. But after years of death of Thanos, Mr. Death sensed an imbalance in the universe. Thanos had become so powerful that his sudden death caused imbalance in life and death in the universe, and to remedy this error, Mr. Death revives Thanos, which leads to Thanos being immortal, a true immortal. So what are the Mad Titan's weaknesses? To be fair, he has almost known only himself. This thing is actually really interesting because Thanos has gained full-on omnipotence more than 3 times. This means he was by far the most powerful being in existence. He was unkillable, unharmable, could use any superpower imaginable to infinite level and make anything happen with a single touch, and he was defeated every time. Just because he has a self-conscious desire to lose, more like his mind wants to gain and keep the power, but his heart deep down knows that he doesn't deserve that power. This was shown by Adam Warlock, who is a part of Soldium himself, and he explained it to Thanos that only reason you lose is you don't really want to win. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is one of the most powerful and intimidating members of the Marvel Universe. He goes after the souls of the wrongdoers with a sinister smile. Whether it's Daniel Cage, Robbie Reyes, or Johnny Storm, the Sin Eater Fairy Guy is a scary superhero one won't want to mess with. The character is sometimes too generally for other characters like Captain America, but one can't deny that Ghost Rider has some style. So what makes the character so fearsome and yet awesome? Ghost Rider has a list of supernatural abilities that can even give Doctor Strange a touch time. So today we will discuss 7 powers and abilities of Ghost Rider most fans didn't know. 7. Empathic Detection. Ghost Rider uses this ability to figure out potential targets, and he can detect the condition of someone's soul, judging them using ethereal flames. His abilities allow him to decipher and detect the sinful from the righteous, and whether he's in his spirit form or not, he can still detect an impure soul. 6. Regenerative Healing. This character also has a heck of a healing factor, from regenerating limbs to putting himself back together after anything. Ghost Rider can regenerate easily after getting shot or severed. The character rarely takes a fall so brutal, but when he does, his healing ability helps him to cope up. 5. Soul Manipulation. Ghost Rider also possesses the ability to control and bend the non-corporeal essence of almost anything. There aren't many Marvel heroes with this capability. Ghost Rider can consume an entire soul that's impure, leaving the body lifeless. This sounds like the spirit vengeance, then detect a damned soul from an innocent one. 4. Hellfire Chain. Ghost Rider has a chain of perdition that helps him round up the souls. Its potential can be really deadly, depending upon the mind of Ghost Rider himself. This weapon is linked to his mental abilities, and hence can be manipulated into a number of different weapons. 3. Immortality. Not only is he invulnerable, but also impeccably immortal. It's almost impossible to do permanent damage to him, but sometimes even fans forget the extent. According to his lore, he was created by God and only God can destroy him. This even makes him a bit OP, but when dealing with villains like Mephisto, it certainly helps to have some life insurance. 2. Hellfire Projection. Here, we are talking about an actual fountain spewed out of Ghost Rider's eye sockets and more like an infernal dragon. It leaves the target more thirsty and also is absolutely deadly. Numerous demons and mortals have felt the burn of his blazing heart, and it's always quite the sight. 1. Penance Stare.
Into my eyes, feel the pain.
This just had to be on the first spot. The Penance Stare as the most deadly move that burns his victims to a crisp on the floor. Very few Marvel characters boast this ability. The Penance Stare forces the victim to feel the pain of all their sins, damning them for eternity. This is undoubtedly the darkest of all the abilities in Marvel. Thanos vs Ghost Rider. Strength-wise, both these individuals are almost equals, and they will be able to resist the massive blows of each other. If Marvel would have used Ghost Rider in the movies, then a battle amongst these two in Avengers 4 would have been a surety, but since the Rider is limited to TV, he will always remain to be underpowered. Still, the Burning Skull does possess a power which can actually take Thanos down, or at least the MCU version of him. The Ghost Rider possesses the Penance Stare, which is the only power that can have an effect on Thanos. As we saw in the movie, he mourned the death of his daughter, so he does have a soul and surely has guilt for that. So the Penance Stare will burn his soul, but for that to happen, the Rider has to get closer to Thanos. He might not be able to do that on his own. Perhaps if someone like Mantis could hold him down for just a second, then the Rider would have his opening. But the fact that Thanos possesses the most powerful weapon, the Infinity Gauntlet, Ghost Rider cannot come closer to him. So the final verdict would say that Ghost Rider will win it if Thanos does not have the Gauntlet. Otherwise, the Mad Titan will come out on top.